Hello, Lightworker family. Good day to you. I am Matthew John. I am a spiritual teacher and intuitive healer. And the topic of this video is, are you ready for your highest destiny to unfold? So this realization came to me a few weeks ago, and I've been really waiting for the right time to make this video. And it's a big shift that happened in my thinking, in the way that I look at life, that once you get this shift, you'll never go back to the way you thought things were. And the shift is this, is we grow up believing, because this is just what life kind of seems like it is that I'm this person, and for some reason I'm here. I'm not really sure why I'm here on this planet, but I'm here. And I have some sort of thing that I'm supposed to do on this planet. There's something that I'm supposed to create. There's these things that I'm supposed to do. And that's like what most light workers have the perspective of. If we talk about people that aren't on the light worker bandwagon yet, just regular people living their third dimensional lives, and from where I lived the first 25 or so years of my life, is that I'm just this human here for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know if it was Darwinism or evolution or God or whatever, but I'm here, and so I'm just supposed to, I guess, get a job and like do stuff and find stuff I like and, have some nice dating relationships and watch TV and sports and basically just enjoy life, okay? So that's the third dimensional perspective of life. Another perspective, as a lot of light workers on this path, is, as I said, I'm here to do something, and I've got to figure out what that is. Now, the higher perspective of that I'm going to share with you right now is actually backwards. It's the complete opposite thinking of I'm here and I need to figure out what I need to do. It's that I'm here because there's already a plan for me in place. And instead of figuring out what that plan is and what I'm supposed to do, I just follow the steps. I just follow the path that's already laid out for me. So instead of being a seeker of your journey, you just become someone on your journey. You see the shift? So it's like your soul, and this is really what happens, is your soul has already laid out this really intricate, incredible journey for you to follow, like a yellow brick road for you to follow. And you, as the person being here in the present moment, all you can see right now is you can see where you are right now, and you can see what's behind you, where you've come from. You have no idea what's ahead, and that's part of the fun, really. That's part of the mystery of the journey, and that's for a reason. So instead of trying to, we always want to figure out what's coming. We always want to figure out what to do next. And that's a natural thing, because the ego, and we're on this journey of, in one perspective, moving from ego to soul, the ego always wants to know. The ego always wants to know what's next, because the ego thinks, if I know what's coming, then I can avoid the pitfalls of that might be. I can avoid pain. As I've said in a lot of my videos, we are wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain. So the ego believes that if I know what's coming, I can make all the right moves to avoid pain and get more pleasure. That's how the ego thinks. When we start to move out of ego into embodying the higher aspects of ourself, it becomes, I'm on a journey, the path is already laid out for me, And I can facilitate that journey by coming more into alignment with it. And what I mean by that is the feeling, what does it feel like when you feel like you're in alignment with life, right? It feels relaxing, it feels easy, it feels natural. It feels like, even if it's not, the experience itself is not pleasurable, easy, or relaxing, you might get a sense that this is kind of supposed to be how it is. You know, it's not always supposed to be comfortable. And when it's uncomfortable, is there a part of you that recognizes that the discomfort is part of your journey and it's there to serve you for a reason? So we don't need to figure out what's ahead. And this is kind of another backwards thinking thing that I'm going to present to you. We don't really need to know what's coming in order to make the best decisions. That's another illusion of ego. It's that in order to make the right decision, I have to know what's coming. You don't. In order to make the right decisions, you need to actually be more present. Think about when something in your life that has been really unexpected and that ended up to be really amazing, some amazing spontaneous meeting of souls with a new person, or some spontaneous amazing sighting. Maybe you saw a UFO, or maybe you saw the most beautiful rainbow or the most beautiful sunset, and you'll remember that you weren't looking for it, were you? You weren't planning your day around, oh, this really special new friend is going to come into my life today, and I have to do this, this, and this to make sure that I meet this person. Or in order to see this UFO, or see this beautiful sunset, or see this rare exotic animal, I need to do all these things and be in the right place at the right time. No, it just happened, right? Why? Well, because it was supposed to happen. You were meant to be there. See, free will is such an amazing topic, and there's so many different perspectives on it. And what I want to present the perspective of free will in this video is that, yes, you always have free will, but sometimes your free will is also exactly what is planned. It's kind of a funny thing to reconcile in the intellectual brain. But if something is meant to happen in your life, usually there's a series of choices that you make, not knowing that this thing, whether it's a really awesome, comfortable thing or a really nasty, uncomfortable thing, the series of choices that you make, you're not consciously making, thinking that I'm either going to do it to bring something good into my life or bring something negative into my life. You would never want to consciously bring something negative or uncomfortable into your life. None of us would do that, right? But the choices you end up making, that thing happens anyways. So we have free will, but there are things on your journey that are going to happen, that were meant to happen because they were planned out prior to this incarnation by you, by the higher aspect of you, by your soul. Because you're meant to learn certain things. You're meant to meet certain people that will help you learn certain things. You're meant to be in certain places on the planet at certain times, because the codes that you bring to the earth are best suited for that area. So wherever you are in the world right now, you're all the time transmitting these codes of awakening just with your physical vessel, without consciously doing anything. You're just doing it anyways. A higher aspect of you is doing it even while you're asleep. And those codes are healing. They're sending the energy down into the earth grid from where you are on the planet. And you're meant to be in that place. So let's say you want to move to a new place, right? Let's say you want to move. Well, then when you move, it will be because it was the right time for you to move, and your vessel would be best suited to be in that new place. And I hope you can feel the energy that I'm transmitting right now, because it's the energy of alignment. It's the energy of all is well. It's the energy of I can take a break from trying to figure everything out. I can take a break from trying to meticulously plan my future. You always want to intend. You want to have dreams. You want to have goals. You want to have aspirations. Absolutely. But you also want to keep in mind that you're on a path, and that certain things are going to come about because they're meant to. And the best thing that you can do is to just be more in alignment. More often than yesterday. Can you today be in more alignment than yesterday? What do I mean by being in alignment? Breathing, relaxing your nervous system, grounding into the earth. Anything that you do that gives you a feeling of relaxation, of all is well, joy, gratitude, celebration. These are all the energies of alignment. Let's talk about timeline jumping, right? What does it mean to jump timelines? Well, you jump timelines all the time. You're always shifting timelines. Every moment, perhaps, you're shifting timelines. And you'll know that you shifted to a higher timeline because you feel the energy of alignment. So when you feel that sense of relaxation, that sense of all is well, of I'm exactly where I need to be, of I'm okay being more fulfilled by this present moment, even if it doesn't have everything that I want. If you are watching the video, you can see my dog chasing a squirrel. Anyways, that energy of alignment, when you're in that energy of alignment, you're climbing timelines. You're in a higher timeline when you're feeling that energy of alignment. And when you're in that higher timeline, the chances that all the things that you really want to come into your life, chances are they're going to have the opportunity to come into your life more quickly. I know that's another weird thing to reconcile with the left brain, but it's like there's this hierarchy of your timelines. There's very low vibrational timelines that now that you're on this ascending path, you're not spending any or very little time there. You know, that might be victimhood, you know, expressing violence towards another or another being. And that's not something that almost all of us need to act out on anymore at all. But that would be an example of a very low timeline. Then the little higher timelines, the more we are embodying expressions of love, of gratitude, of alignment, right? And the highest timeline being when you're feeling really in touch, in tune, in alignment with life, surrendered to not needing things to be different than they are right now. You know, can you just take a moment right now, breathe deeply, and just say, can I be okay with how everything is right now? Can I be okay with what I have right now? Can I be okay with what I don't have right now? Can I be okay with what's going on the planet right now? Can I be okay with what's not going on the planet right now? Can I just be okay? That's the energy of alignment. And that's the energy that will draw to you more of what you want. Because then you're no longer seeking, you're no longer trying to figure out how, you're no longer trying to plot the exact footsteps that you need to manifest. You're just in alignment. And when you're in alignment, you move to your highest timeline, which is where your highest destiny lies and always has. And the more time you spend in that higher timeline, more likely, the quicker all the things you really want that you don't have right now are going to come in. Because they can. They can't come into your life when you're obsessively seeking and you're obsessively trying to figure out and planning. They can come into your life a lot more easily when you become more aligned with just what is right now. And it doesn't mean you don't stop working, you don't stop planning. You can still plan. You don't stop making goals, intending, doing vision boards, whatever. But you also, as much time as you spend working, planning, doing, you spend time being. And then, even better, is you merge being with doing. And that's something that I've been really working on lately, and I'm going to continue to be working on, is, have you ever had this very odd experience of when you feel rushed and you feel overwhelmed, there's too many things to get done, you'd feel like you don't have enough time in the day to get all these things done, and the clock just, boom, it just keeps going, right? Never enough time to get everything done. And have you ever had the odd experience of, let's say you just came from a really wonderful healing session with your healer, your Reiki master, your chiropractor, your acupuncturist, and you're feeling that energy of relaxation, right? Of that feeling, of that warm, fuzzy feeling of all is well. And time slows down, and you actually might find that you get more done. Isn't that a funny paradox? Well, it's because when we're feeling that energy of alignment, the being and the doing merge. And when being and doing merge, the doing becomes a lot more focused, it becomes a lot more passionate, and it's likely to get done faster. When we're so only in the doing, I have to get all these things done, and we put the being aside, I'm gonna do, and then tonight I'll spend 10 minutes meditating, or 1 minute, or whatever. What if, as opposed to that, we just merged the two and said, I'm going to do my best to do things today while being more conscious, slow down your speech, slow down your movements, slow down your driving. It's really funny to me to be out on the highway and someone's like cutting me off, cutting people off, trying to get ahead, and you can see they don't end up getting anywhere faster anyways. They might save 20 seconds, right? But they're right? Well, maybe me, I'm feeling in alignment, I'm just driving in the middle lane, maybe some sports talk radios I told you guys I like, or some classical music, and I'm just having a good time. Cruise control on, going 60, right? And I get there maybe 30 seconds later than the other person, but I'm doing a lot better job of being while driving than the person who's, right? So that's just a very relatable example, I would think. So can we spend more of our doing also being more present, slower, being conscious of the breath when we can, taking our time to make decisions. You know, I don't mean we have to pour over every decision, because a lot of times when you're in the flow, when you're in that alignment, just decisions come easily, don't they? You don't have to think too much. But you can always take a pause. Okay, this is the right thing. Good. Does that make sense? I hope it does. And the title of this video was, Are you ready for your highest destiny to unfold? And this is exactly what I've been talking about for the past 15 minutes. The more that you're in alignment, the more that your highest destiny will unfold with greater ease and likely faster.